Hi everyone, welcome to the next part of this video from Summer Nights. I've written down Magical Dawn in my list. Let's cross that out and change it, by Hanna Karlzon, and we're doing this pocket watch with the Castle Arts Harmonious Pencils. Right, let's change that. Right, we're going to start with the florals. I made a decision as to what I'm going to do with them, so I'm just going to make a start. I'm going to use this inky blue. Now this isn't a blue, it is a purple, a violet in my opinion, and I am going to use it for the flower centres. So let's come in actually and move the book around a little bit. So there are several, the flowers have similar-ish designs to each other, some of them are the same. So I'm going to do the centre here, going to try and do it darker on the outside than the centre. I'm going to do this line here and just fill it in. Just fill that right in, and then I'm going to do these again, trying to make them a little bit lighter in the centre. We're going to use this colour for the centre of all the flowers. These we're going to ignore because they haven't got centres. And so this one I'm going to go around here and here. But we're not necessarily going to use the same colours for the petals of every flower. Let's go there. So this one, it's complicated, isn't it? I'm going to do it as if it's just one. Make it dark on there, a bit lighter in the middle there. Same as this one. Now this one is like that top one. Just notice the time, it's 11 o'clock already. Where does the time go? Sometimes it just flies by. Oh well. There we go. I have been doing a lot of, I like to do the centre of that one too. There we go. I've been doing a few bits and bobs today, so I guess it's taken time. I find the day's husband is at work. I can't get started too early because he likes to say goodbye to me just before he leaves, so I can't be shut in the office recording. So I can't get started so early. Yeah, I think that's all of our flower centres done, but you couldn't see me do that one or that one, so I'm really sorry. I was getting carried away talking. So for the petals, I'm going to choose which ones are we going to use? The eggplant first. I'm going to pick, and just give it a bit of a sharpen. I'm going to use the eggplant for this one. So I'm going to try and make it darker near the base, a little bit lighter towards the tip. It's quite a vibrant colour, but I think it matches our plummy colours. I hope so. I'm thinking the green will bring it all together. So that one, I'm thinking, is it the same as this one? I'm thinking yes. I can do this one the same. Well, we need to do the centre, don't we? Just sort of block that in. So I'm doing the same again. More layers down here, less towards the tip. Yeah, I can't go out today because I'm waiting for a parcel. So, also it's really hot. So I don't want to go out when it's really hot. If it's a really hot day, like yesterday it was really hot, husband wasn't at work, and I got up, me and my one son got up, early. He gets up early. I said, we're going to go for a walk before it gets too hot. And he's like, oh, come on, got to try. So then a husband and other son got up really early and they were ready in time. So we all went for a walk together, which was rather nice. Now I'm going to come across here and do this one. So we had a nice walk early before it got too warm. But today I couldn't do that. I had to make phone calls and things at 9 o'clock, etc. So there just wasn't time. So yeah, I have to try and get out tomorrow. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. That'd be nice. And I need to take my one son out to choose a belt for his birthday. He wants a belt, but he's fussy. I think I'll do this one the same. I'm pretty much sure. I wonder whether I should have done that centre bit a bit darker to make it look like it was like those. Oh, didn't do that. I don't know. Do it how you think it works for you. And you can do the tips in a bit of a lighter colour. We have the purple dusk or purple rose poppy work. Can miss that one out and do this one at the top. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I always feel like I should go for a walk every day, but it's just not always possible. And I could exercise in the house. I should do that. I expect my mum might call today. I can walk about when I was on the phone to her. I used to always do that. Did that always during lockdown. She would ring me every day for an hour and I'd walk around the house. And then I'd get my walk in without having to go out, because I didn't go out. Husband used to go out. He had to work because he couldn't always do his work from home and he was allowed to go in. But right, next colour I'm going to pick is the blueberry, and I'm going to do it for this flower. Oh, a bit close, wasn't it? And here, because it's a slightly different colour to the centre. Once we fade it down, it looks different. And I've got one other petal there, that's it. Yeah, so I could do that walking thing again. I might have to do it when the workmen are here as well, because I want to be able to go out really and leave them. They're only here for a week though. I could go out on the days my husband's home. I could go out. See, he doesn't work now on a Monday or a Friday. It has helped his stress levels. He's getting there. Now we've got these little ones, these. I'm wondering whether to use this colour or to use one of the lighter ones. I think I use this colour. I want them to stand out enough. I think if I use a pale colour they might just sort of fade off. There's a few more this way. There we go. And then, I don't know how far away we go. Oh, there's some more just here. Now this picture to the left, this is done with glitter pen. It's purple glitter pen. It was one of my earlier face pictures. It isn't as good, but it's fine. I'm happy with it. This It's very odd. I've done a lot of the early pictures in this book. I've done the one after this page as well, with the door. I love that. Love that one. Right, that's all the florals done as far as I can tell for now. We're going to do some of the greenery. Now these stems and things, I'm going to start with those. Now I'm going to use the bayberry. Now the other two dark greens for me are too dark for this particular composition. I've used them on other things. But the bayberry is a little bit lighter but brighter. It's the right tone for what I want, and I'm going to really intensely put it down on the stems and just make a start on each flower. Gee, I quite like that in a faded form. Now the difficulty I have is trying to make, do I make all the flowers just the same? Because all the other greens aren't quite the right tone, shade or intensity. So we've got two other dark greens in the set, and one's a sort of almost brownish green, just looking here. Blackish green, greyish greens, that sort of thing, which I don't think fit with the sort of brightness of this. And then we have really pale greens, which I could use and then put a bit of this and then put pale on top. Or I could just use this pencil the whole time. What I'm going to do is do all of the leaves that look like this first, and paranoidly checking that you can see, and then think about the rest after. I think sometimes it's a good idea to do a little bit, sit back and have a think, and then carry on. You don't always know quite how it's going to look. Some people can visualize, but I can't. You know, you can't always work out how it's going to look, whether it's going to work. So it's a good idea to just stop and take stock of it and then return. Now I notice I've got little dots everywhere like magic. Thinking about those as well. I quite like the idea of maybe doing a little bit of glitter pen. We're going to be doing some white pen first on the gemstones on the watch, but also probably on the flowers, because you know, it looks nice. You can't have too much white pen, can you? I did do a page once and someone said you did too much white pen. I was like, I know. Got a bit carried away. Happens. I just need to check my battery level. Oh, I've got about half. Good. I've got one on charge, but it was almost flat first thing, which is a bit annoying. I wasn't very well prepared. But anyway. Last one of these up here, but as I say, there's plenty more through the page, through the picture. I haven't been into town for a while. My town. There's a new shop that's opened and I walked past it after it opened but never went in. So I need to go in. It's not an exciting, it's Peacocks, which is a budget clothing brand. We used to have one in a different location, probably only a few years ago it closed, but this is in a brand new unit in the shopping centre, so they were obviously tempted to return. I mean, people had missed the shop because we don't have another clothes shop closed, so that might have been part of their thinking, but we don't really have a lot in our town. There's a little bit here, look. So I think that, as I say, I think that was part of the thinking, that they would come back and give it another try, or maybe the shopping centre owner tempted them because it's been done up. I think it's an improvement, but it hasn't been finished. There are a few things that aren't very good about it, like the loos. Like, there used to be a huge set of loos which were really scary, so I'm scared. They were dark and echoey and not very clean, not very nice. But there were loads of cubicles, so you could always find one. Now they have closed those down. I suspect they've demolished them entirely. Now there is, yeah, they have, because they put something else where they were. There is just a couple of cubicles which are sort of unisex, disabled, nappy change all in one. Now I'm all for having those sorts of loos, unisex, nappy change, that's brilliant, but there's only two, and there's now a sort of restauranty, food hall-y type place, so there's everyone in there wanting to use them. There's always a queue, and all the store holders as well, I think they have to use them, but so that's not good. But the library has just opened in there too, so they've got some in there, so that might help to reduce the queues a little bit. But I've been into the new library once. I really should go in and renew my library cards, because I'm not sure how long it is, 10 years maybe, you have to go and sort of have them renewed. I haven't had mine done for ages. I had a notice saying my kids' theirs needed redoing, but not mine. But anyway, I don't know what they ask you for, I can't remember. I think you just take in your old one and they just press a few buttons on the computer. It's nothing too elaborate. So it's all fine. I think these are looking really nice, but I think, oops, sorry, that was my swatch chart. Just getting involved, wanting to take part in the video. You can download one if you want one. They're free on my Ko-fi. Of course, the Harmonious pencils do come with a swatch chart in the tin, but I don't like the order that it's in. It's very higgledy-piggledy, which some Castle swatch charts are really bad for that, and other ones are fine. So I don't really understand it, but anyway, I put together my own. Maybe I'm just too fussy. Husband says I am, and I have to he says I should keep the pencils in the, so just sharpening, how they should be in the tin, how they came in the tin, but I don't. I want them to be in a logical order for my brain, and it might not be the logical order for everyone's brain, but you know. Anyways, he was struggling yesterday in the heat, but he'll be in his air-conditioned office today, so he'll be fine. I'm actually not feeling too hot yet, but it will get warmer. Still quite early because it's only sort of 11:25. It's usually between 3 and 5 when I start to really struggle with it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We can always do something for our evening meal that isn't too hot. I don't know what. Certain foods keep their heat more than others. It's weird, isn't it? Like anything with the tomato sauce seems to stay really hot, but pasta, if you don't put sauce on it, it goes cold almost immediately. And I suppose most people don't have it without sauce. And that's true of some other foods too. Right, I'm concentrating on my picture now. Let's look at the swatch chart again. So this is the colour I've been using here. You can see these are the greens. So these are very, very pale, and these for me are too grey for this particular picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this green still, which is the one I've been using, the bayberry, but I'm going to use it a little bit on everything else, and then I'm going to use the seafoam to just finish them off, and you'll see what I mean. So let's start here. And so I'm going to start down here with a bit of this and just sort of fade it off. I'm going to do that for everything. It'll take a little while, but so the idea is to just fade it towards the bottom. Now I thought, you know, maybe I don't want really pale greens, but we've got really pale silvery colour, so I think it will work. And we'll have a bit of this bayberry to sort of blend into it anyway. There we go, concentrating then, not talking. Very entertaining. Right. The side bit here. I feel like I want something a bit different for my lunch. Oh, that's a bit of that stem. I'm just going to block that in with that one because it's the right colour, of course. Just push it up so I don't forget. There we go. Always thinking about food. Haven't got anything really different. I think I made those stems quite dark. I didn't on those though, at the top, but anyway, it's done though. They're slightly drawn in a slightly different way. Yeah, I haven't got much. Got some nice wholemeal bread. We buy ours from our farmer's market. We're very lucky. We have a baker who does a really healthy. I think it's healthy. I mean, different people have different opinions on what's healthy. Some people just think bread isn't. But this bread, it's whole grain and it's got no sugar, very few ingredients, you know, just yeast and salt and a little bit of oil. So it's great. We pop it in the freezer when we buy it on a Saturday and then just pop it out for toast. Makes lovely toast. So that's good. And I don't use butter. I can't eat butter because, well, I'm lactose intolerant and some people say you can have butter, but I just don't. You know, I do like butter. Yeah, that's all of it now. But I just don't risk it really. And I think olive oil is healthier, so I have that. And yeah, I try and be healthy, but I'm not an angel, you know. But I do what seems to suit me. And then if I find out that you know, I get something that is, you know, a lifestyle related disorder that I need to change things up, then I will have to find a way. But you know, I could be eating salads at lunchtime and what's going on here? That's that one, isn't it? And you know, just veg and beans and things, and you know, but I do think whole grains are okay, but I think it depends on like whether you've got diabetes or things like that. If you're type 1, I think you can make an allowance for it, but like my mum's a type 2 and she tries to avoid them, and it seems to suit her when she does that. It seems to I'm getting the seafoam green. It just seems to help her with her blood sugar. Seafoam green, so she just adjusts what she eats and it seems to work for her. So now we're just going to go over all of it, pull that green around a little bit towards the tip. Yeah, and it just seems, yeah, her blood sugar's coming down since she's given up the eating so many sort of grains, I guess. She says carbs, but she eats her fruit and veg, which is good. but she's just careful with her, you know, bread, cakes, biscuits, and added sugars. She still has a little bit, but not quite so much. And it seems to be working, which is good news. Though my parents are slowing up quite a bit in their walking and things. Makes me a little bit concerned. But my sister's like, well, they all get, you know, late 70s, you do slow down. I'm like, you do, but it seems to have been rather sudden, you know. And also I look at my father-in-law, who is very active. He's a little bit, he makes us worry a little bit because he's got a pacemaker and was getting some trouble, had the sort of lung problems apparently. He didn't tell me, his companion did. She will let me know what's going on, he doesn't tend to. And but he said, actually did tell my husband yesterday that he'd had a chest x-ray, and they were really pleased, it was all perfectly good. So that's great news. So that's always nice. I think he tells us the good thing. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing there. He says he doesn't want us to worry, but we're like, but we do worry more sometimes when you don't tell us, because we're wondering, you know, what is going on. So he tells us a little bit, so that's good. But also my husband's not very good at asking questions, you know. He'll phone up and he'll just tell his dad about his day and his life and what's going on, and won't ask him about what he's been doing. So when if he phones and I speak to him, I'm always careful to ask him about what he's been up to so that I get a better idea. I haven't seen him for such a long time. He's so busy. He's busier than me. Well, that's not strictly speaking true. I can make time though, because I work whenever I can fit it in. You know, this is my work now, doing the YouTube and the YouTube. And I just fit it in whenever I can. And so any day of the week, it's great. I enjoy it, it doesn't matter. I enjoy this bit, the whole editing and putting it on. It's a bit cumbersome, but I can usually just let it do it in the background once I've set it up. Let's do this last bit. Sorry, battery went. I don't know if you missed any. It's always a little bit hard to tell, but I was just doing these, as you know. So yeah, it's weird. The other battery was on the charger, so I took it off to put in, and now it says it's full, but the charger didn't say it was full. So I'm wondering whether some of the problems I have with the battery running out and taking me by surprise is partly that maybe they're not quite working properly or telling me the full story, but I don't know. Anyways, I'll get used to it. But we're nearly done with this. Oh, I was saying, yes, it's doing the social media post is a bit cumbersome, and putting things up on YouTube, but yeah, it's it doesn't take too long. It's just like, oh. Right, that is all the greenery done. So let's come out. We've got to do our white, and then the dots. No, let me just, yeah, we're in. Okay, in the shop. This is the Jelly Roll 10. I'm going to use it for our white. Now, I'm not just going to do the gemstones, I'm going to do the flowers. I think I might start up here. So these ones, I'm going to go around the edge. There's a little line. And then these ones, I'm going to put dots on this circular piece. Like that. One in the middle. And then a few on there. Can you see? Yeah, I hope so. There's just a dot in the centre of each circle. Here again, around this line, one in the middle. around a semicircle. Sorry, I'm quite far away, I realise, but I think if I zoomed in I would have forgotten to move the book. Right, before I do those I'm going to do this. So one on there now. I'm going to do these on the outside. But I think I need to do the outside ones. I think just a dot at the top of everything is the simplest way to do it. Although those may be at the bottom. Can you hear a little doggy crying outside? I'm not a big dog lover at all. Well, my neighbour's got a new dog, he wanted me to pet it, but I don't do that. But I don't like hearing him crying. It's probably just been popped out in the garden. This is looking a little bit pink, this pen, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just a colouring book. It's a bit slow, this. I'm going to get some paste on. I'm a bit worried about my battery going. As I say, I'm not sure if the reading saying it's full is right, as my charger didn't say it was fully charged. Maybe it's almost fully charged, I don't know. Anyways, all the way around. Just hope I don't smudge this too much when I do this bit. Hold my hand up a bit off the paper. I would advise moving your book round to make it a little bit easier for you, but I'm trying to do it so that you can see, and I don't. It gets me confused when I'm editing as well if I turn the book upside down, because my camera records everything upside down because of the position of my tripod, and then I turn it the other way up. It's absolutely fine. It takes seconds in my editing software to do that, but what that means is that if I turn the book upside down I get really confused. It's easy, it's not hard to confuse me. So I just try and not turn it around. Also I think it's a little bit discombobulating for people watching. Right, that's that. I'm quite happy with those. I don't know whether you can even see it. Dots around here. And around there. We're nearly done with our white. And these. I'm going to do them all on the one side for no reason apart from the fact that it's less likely to smudge. I think that's a good reason. My pen's a bit misbehaving. Just scribble it on some scrap paper that I happen to have beside me. Now it doesn't want to write at all. Come on, pen. That's better. My eyes have gone funny. It's because it's quite dark. I haven't got my lamp on. Woo! Now I can see. I don't know. Maybe I knocked that off when I changed my battery. It's really easy to accidentally turn it off. There we go. There's all the white. But now we need to do all these little dots on here. So I want to do them in a glitter pen. Now these are my glitter pens, and I've got a purple or a pink, and I think I'm going to do it with the pink. I think the purple, we've got a lot of purple, but we've got plumish reddish, but we haven't got pink, so I think this I'm just going to scribble this, yeah. So I'm going to do all the circles in this. You don't have to do them all the same colour. I think it is better. For me, I think it's better. Sorry, it's a bit of concentration to do this. I don't want to go too far out of the lines. My expectations are low of my ability to stay in the lines, but I'm hoping that the white is dry because I'm leaning all over it. It's probably advisable to wait a little bit of time really in between doing these and the others. But I think my white pen's drying up a bit, so it's not too wet, so it dries quickly. I think this just gives a little brightness to the dark flowers. Just last few to go. Oh, we've got one there which is actually on a leaf. Are any of the others on leaves? I'm just scanning my eyes round. No. That's interesting. Okay, let's just come fully out so you can see the whole page. In fact, we'll take that away. There we go. So there is the finished page. I had such fun with that page. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have. Yes, thank you for watching. Have a really super day and happy colouring.